well, these aren't homemade. They were made in a factory. A bomb factory. They're bombs.
Today's OP13 reveals have frankly been positively bonkers. So without further ado, let's get into the cards and have a good old glaze session. First off, the Monkey D. Luffy Alt-Art Leader. This art is from this manga panel, and being completely honest, I love this style of alt-art leader, and I think this alt is really nice and probably will be picking it up myself. If you have not seen already, this leader's effect is with 1 don attached when your opponent attacks. If you have 5 or less don active, you can basically use those don as 2k counters for your Straw Hat type leader or characters, which is an extremely defensive effect and overall a very unique one. I'm giving this reveal 3 stars because I really like the art. Next, the Portgas D Ace Alt-Art Leader. This art is from this manga panel, and again like the Luffy, a very simple and nice artwork. This leader ability reads as follows. It has 3 life and 6,000 power, and on your opponent's attack, once per turn you may discard 1 card from your hand. Give up to one of your opponent's leader or character cards minus 2,000 power during this battle. And with Don attached, once per turn, when you take damage or one of your characters with an original power of 6,000 or more is KO'd, draw a card. So far, this leader has a lot of support and is looking rather solid. And just like the Luffy, I'm going to give this reveal a 3 star. Next is the Goldie Roger Alt-Art Leader. Personally, I'm really looking forward to playing Roger, as this art from where he reaches the final island and just laughs is an amazing alt. Roger's power reads as follows. If you have Don on your field, give this leader one of the Don cards that would be added during your Don phase. And while you have 9 or fewer Don on your field, this leader has minus 2,000 power. So essentially, your game plan is just to ramp up to get 10 Don and then put down a big card that will show very soon. I absolutely love this leader and this alt-art as well, and for that I'm going to give it 4 stars. Next we have the Sabo Alt-Art Leader. This panel is somewhat similar to the OP05 Alt-Art Leader, and it is more or less the exact same, just from a different angle. This art is from a manga panel in Dressrosa, and despite being so similar to the other alt leader, this one is so cool too. The leader effect reads as follows. If you have 4 or more life cards, give this leader minus 1,000 power. And with Don times 1, if you control a character with a cost of 8 or more, your leader and all of your characters gains 1,000 power. Essentially, it's the same as OP01 Zoro, but requires a Don on your leader. But this requirement is far easier to meet with another one of today's reveals we will get to shortly. Again, another 3-star showing for me. Next we have the Jewelry Bonnie Alt-Art Leader. This art is from such an emotional moment in Egghead and is such a nice alt. The leader effect reads as follows. On your turn, once per turn, when you play a character with a trigger, you may activate this effect. Give one of your leaders or characters 2 rested Don. This is a rather vanilla effect, but with a card coming up soon, this leader is looking rather fun. I'm going to give this another 3 stars. Now onto the characters. Let's start off with this Edward Newgate. This new 10 cost 12k power Newgate has blocker, and on play, draw 2, trash 1. And then give your leader and up to one of your characters 2 rested Don each. This card, in my opinion, is really nice. As we know with 10 cost each, 12k blockers are really strong, and this effect is also generic, so it can be played in every blue deck you can think of. This card being a very defensive card but also offensive with a Don distribution is really nice as well with the filter. I really see myself using this card in the Star Deck 22 Ace and Newgate deck, when the West Bloody gets that in 1 million years. Some other cool synergies could be with Blue-Yellow Ace, as the 2 Don allows for leader effect as well. You can play it in Zoro Sanji for access to the leader effect if you want to. You could play it in Caesar Clown for that too if you want, and I think this card will be used a fair bit in Blue-Yellow Nami, as this deck plays rather defensive, and this card being a blocker, giving Don to your leader and also cycling is rather strong in this deck. I really do love this card, and hence I'm giving it 5 stars. Next is this Kozuki Oden, 5 cost and 6k power with blocker. On play, if you have any given Don cards, which you will, with Roger's leader effect, ramp 1 Don rested. This is essentially the new PRB Dopey blocker, but with the Roger tag. But in this Roger deck, the Roger tag with the next card I'm going to show off is really important. This is a rather basic card, but is nice, and for it being Oden, I'm going to give it 3 stars. Next is Goldie Roger, a 10 cost 13k power card with the effect. Negate the effects of your leader and character cards without the Roger pirates included in their type. Hence why I said that Oden is probably better than the Dopey in this instance. And on play, Don minus 3. Up to one of your leader gains 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Then give all of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power until your opponent's next end phase. So essentially, when you get to your 10 Don turn and play this fella, combined with your leader effect, going Don minus 3 gets you back to being a 5k leader, but this props you back up to being a 7k leader. The main power of this card is giving your opponent's characters minus 2k power, which is both offensive and defensive, focusing in on making sure your opponent can't hit you with their characters, and you can also swing into them and kill them that way as well. I do like this card. It seems fairly balanced in the fact that you can't chain them, The Don -3 is rather annoying, as the drawback is that next turn you'll be on 9 Don, and a 5k leader again. Overall, I do quite like this card, and I'm giving it 4 stars. Next is the 6 cost 7k power Sabo Secret Rare. Blocker. Activate main. Once per turn, give up to one of your characters plus 2 cost until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then give a rested Don to your leader. This card synergizes so well with the new Sabo leader, helping you reach the 8 cost requirement and the attached Don to your leader too. Having this card on board will be so good. For example, you can play a 10 cost Shanks on 10 Don, then use this card to buff itself to 8 cost to avoid Gravblade range, and attach the Don onto your leader for the effect, fully enabling the leader effect, and making sure your bigger Don plays like 10 cost Shanks or Roger do not hold you back. Combined with leader effect, this also becomes an 8k blocker, which, as we've seen already, is incredibly valuable. Importantly, this card can be played off the OP12 Dragon SR if you block with it too, so it has great synergy with already printed cards. This card can also be used in the OP05 Sabo deck, if you want to play that over the new one, giving the 1 Don for your leader effect, and it won't die when you block with it too. In short, this is an extremely good card, hence I'm giving it 5 stars. Now the Bonnie SR, 9 cost 10k power. On play, if your leader has the Egghead type, this character has Rush. Then your opponent adds a card from their life to their hand. With a trigger, if you have 1 or less life, you may rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less. This card is really great. It synergizes with the new body leader, being a 10k rush body and giving 2 rested onto either your leader or itself to hit harder in that deck. And also, removing a life from your opponent, so if your opponent is on 1 life, playing this allows you to swing 7k and 10k at their face with no life left, which could be a great play in those situations. This can also be played in Vegapunk, being a searchable, high-end body, and also a decent buff to that deck. The trigger is quite decent too, and could be the difference between being killed or not. I like this card a fair bit, giving it 4 stars. Next is this Saint Shalria card. On play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 Celestial Dragons type card other than this card and add it to your hand. Then trash the rest and trash 1 card from your hand. This essentially just confirms that Emu is going to be an OP13 leader, and as we don't know what that leader does yet, this card's extra requirement of trashing a card is quite ambiguous, but I am sure it will synergize with Emu quite well. Overall, this card is a generically nice searcher, I guess, giving it 3 stars. Next is this new Shanks SR, 10 cost 12k power. On play, set up to all of your Don cards as active, then you can't play any cards from your hand during this turn. This card is quite bonkers, essentially just being a free 10 cost body. This synergizes directly with the new Luffy leader, giving it an extra 10k counter essentially whilst also developing a big body, which is a great addition and exactly what that deck needed. If you already have a lot of bodies on board, this card allows you to swing big with all of those guys, allowing you to utilize 5 active Don to be extremely defensive. If not though, just swing 10k with lead and have 5 Don up to defend yourself. This card also has the film tag, so it may be used in Star Deck 11 Uta 2, as the 3 cost Nami and leader in that deck can use the extra Don to add 2 more cards to hand, which could be exceptionally good. You can also play this card in OP12 Zoro, developing a big body, and then you can swing 15k twice in 1 turn with your leader if you'd like. This Shanks is a very unique and crazy card, and for that I'm giving it 5 stars. Next is a 1 cost Searcher Shanks. On play, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Roger Pirates type card other than Shanks and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Essentially, just a normal searcher for the Roger Pirates type. Nothing too crazy, but it is Shanks, and I myself absolutely simp for Shanks, so I'm going to give this a 3 stars. Next is Inuarashi, 3 cost 3k power character with 1k counter. Minx and Roger Pirates. On play, if you have any given Don, add up to 1 Don from your Don deck rested. Then K up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less. Essentially, this is just a ramp card. And in this Roger deck, that's all you're going to need really. Again, quite basic, so I'm going to give this character 3 stars. Next is Scopper Gaban, 6 cost 7k power with 1k counter. On play, if your leader has the Roger Pirates included in its type, draw 2 and discard 1. Then add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck rested. Essentially a 7k power body that cycles and ramps, a really solid addition for Roger, whose support seems to be cards which have a simple nice effect with the ability to ramp too. I absolutely love this character myself, and this is a great card, earning 3 stars. Next is Buggy, 2 cost 2k power with 2k counter. If your leader has the Roger Pirates included in its type, and there is any given Don, add up to 1 Don card as rested. A 2k counter that is searchable with the new Shanks, and that ramps as well. A very welcome addition to Roger. Overall, this card has extremely good utility, giving it 4 stars. Finally, the Oro Jackson Go, a 1 cost purple stage. Once per turn, when one of your characters with Roger Pirates in its types is removed from the board by one of your opponent's effects, you can essentially just ramp a Don. We have seen this before with the OP09 Going Merry stage, and it wasn't really used, but this can't really hurt, so I'm going to give this 2 stars. All in all, thank you very much for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you later.